6 News. Coverage you can count on. In high definition. Starts now.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. We begin with new details on a deadly shooting in Johnstown. We have just learned that the victim is a teenager. It was a busy night for police as there were several incidents in the area. The body was found in the Hornerstown section of Johnstown along Wood Street. That's where we find Maria Miller, who's been working on the story all morning.
Tim, it's still not clear if those incidents are connected, but they did happen just minutes apart, about a mile apart. Where I'm standing right now is directly in front of the alley where authorities say a teenager was found shot and killed last night. If I step out of the way, you can see there's still some police tape up. The scene for the most part, though, is clear, but investigators are just getting underway with this investigation. Before we get into that, I do want to take you back to about 11:30 last night. That's when it appears the chaos all began, about a mile away in Moxham. People who live along Central Avenue near Frederick and Cleveland streets tell us they heard several shots and saw flashes outside of their windows. At least one home along that street was hit. Detectives were there into the early morning hours collecting evidence. The fire department also called in to light the area so that investigators could take pictures and statements. But it was very shortly after that incident that authorities were called here to Hornerstown. That's right next, the next neighborhood over, and that's where they found a gunshot victim dead in the back seat of a car. That car, they say, was riddled with bullets. Chief Deputy Coroner Jeff Lee's telling us today that the victim is a 17-year-old male. It's still not clear how many times he was shot. His name has not yet been released, but an autopsy is underway right now as we speak. I can also tell you that where he was found in a car in a side alley is directly across the street from a playground here on Wood Street. It's just feet away. Both incidents last night happening in areas that the community is trying to take back. Last night, many people were at their windows watching and waiting, telling us they were too scared to go outside. We talked with one woman about an hour ago who lives on Central Avenue in Moxham, where the first shots rang out. Her house was actually hit by a bullet, and she showed us how it traveled through her living room window and into a kitchen cabinet.
As you can see, it's quite a hole, and somehow it traveled diagonally into my kitchen cabinet.
Right up there.
And you can see the hole. And they did remove a 9mm bullet this morning. I mean, what can you do when people are driving past your house shooting at each other? I mean, there's, you know, you can't, there's nothing you can do with that, but.
Again, where I'm standing right now is just feet away from a playground here in Hornerstown, where behind me, the 17-year-old was found dead last night in the backseat of that car. I can tell you that investigators have been working all night long. We do expect to learn more on this case throughout the day. We're just not yet sure when, so be sure to tune in for the latest tonight at 5. Reporting live in Johnstown, Maria Miller, 6 News.